You're not thinking, you're avoiding action. And I know that sounds insulting, but it's actually the most freeing truth you can hear. Because if your problem is I'm not smart enough, you're stuck. But if your problem is I'm avoiding, you can fix that today. Here's what avoiding looks like in a smart person. You plan, you research, you analyze, you rewrite, you optimize, and you call it preparation. But at the end of the week, nothing ships. Nothing is published. Nothing is exposed to reality. So you feel stuck, and you start blaming yourself. Maybe I'm lazy. Maybe I don't want it badly enough. Maybe I'm not disciplined. No, most of the time, you're not lazy. You're scared, because thinking feels safe. Action feels exposed. Action creates consequences. Judgment, failure, rejection, embarrassment, the possibility that you're average at first. And if your ego can't handle being a beginner, your brain will do something clever. It will keep you in thinking mode forever. So, if you plan more than you do, comment ME. Today, I'll show you the fake progress loop, why it keeps pulling you back, and the simplest system to force action even when you're tired, anxious, or insecure. Not with motivation. With structure, part 1, thinking versus avoidance. Let's define the difference. Real thinking creates decisions. Avoidance creates circles. Real thinking ends with, here's what I'll do next. Avoidance ends with, I need to think more. And here's the easiest test. After all your thinking, what did you ship? What did you send? What did you publish? What did you complete? What did you put into the real world? If the answer is nothing, that wasn't thinking. That was fear hiding behind intelligence. Because your brain can be brilliant and still be cowardly. Not in a dramatic way, in a quiet way, a quiet cowardice that looks like more planning, more research, more getting ready, more waiting for confidence. And the tragedy is, you can do this for years. You can become the smartest person who never starts, the most informed person with no results. So we're not going to shame you. We're going to expose the mechanism, because once you see the mechanism, it loses power. Story 1, I'm always working, but nothing changes. Have you ever finished a day exhausted, but you didn't actually build anything? You were busy. You were doing stuff, but there's no output. That is fake progress. Fake progress is when your effort produces comfort, not results. It makes you feel productive without risk. That's why it's addictive. And it's the same pattern, whether you're building a YouTube channel, starting a business, learning a skill, or trying to change your life. You stay in the safe zone, thinking. Because thinking can't be judged, but action can. So let's talk about why your brain avoids action. Part 2, why you avoid action. Action is dangerous to the brain. Not physical danger, social danger. Your brain fears being seen, being judged, being rejected by, being wrong, being embarrassed. And if you have any history of shame, if you grew up being criticized, compared, punished for mistakes, then action feels like stepping onto a stage. So your brain offers you a deal. Let's stay in planning. Planning feels like progress because it gives you dopamine. It feels clean. It feels organized. It feels like you're becoming the person you want to be, but it has zero risk. No one can judge your plan. No one can dislike your plan. No one can comment, this sucks on your plan. Reality judges execution. So your brain chooses planning, and it tells you it's responsible. But here's the brutal truth. Most planning is not preparation. It's protection. Protection from discomfort. Protection from being a beginner. Protection from discovering you have more to learn. Protection from being average for a while. So you keep thinking, and you call it working. Part 3, the fake progress loop. Here's the loop that keeps you trapped. Trigger for your story, planning, research, temporary relief, no action, shame, repeat. Let's break it down. Step 1, trigger. You face something real, a script to write, a video to publish, a business offer to send, a conversation to have, a workout to do. Step 2, fear story. Your brain whispers, what if it flops? What if I look stupid? What if I fail? What if people judge me? Step 3, planning, research. You escape to safety. New notes, new templates, new tutorials, more advice, more preparation. Step 4, temporary relief. You feel better, not because you moved forward, because you avoided risk. Step 5, no action. The day ends, nothing ships. Step 6, shame. You feel guilty. Why can't I just do it? Step 7, repeat. Shame makes you want control. Control pushes you back into thinking, and the cycle continues. That relief is the reward, and that's why the loop is so strong. Because you're not just avoiding work, you're chasing relief. Story 2, the Notion template trap. Let me make it painfully real. You open a new Notion template. It's beautiful. It's clean. It's organized. You color code it. You add 50 tasks. You set deadlines. You feel amazing. You feel like a new version of you was born. Then you close the laptop and nothing changes. Because you didn't build anything, you decorated the illusion of progress. Or maybe you do this. You watch 5 videos about how to grow on YouTube. You take notes like you're in a university lecture. You feel productive. Then you don't upload. Because watching videos about action is not action. It's entertainment wearing a suit. Planning is the safest form of fake progress. Execution is where reality can judge you. So now the question becomes, how do you force execution when your brain wants to hide? You don't motivate yourself. You design a system. Part 4, the action-first system, break avoidance today. This is the core. 3 steps. Aim, name it, do. Minimum action. 3, 1 rule. Step 1, name it. The moment you notice yourself planning again, say, this is avoidance. Not, I'm lazy. Not, I'm broken. Just avoidance. Why this works? Labeling creates distance. You stop being the avoidance. You become the observer. And the observer can choose action. Step 2, minimum action. Now you do the smallest action that creates motion. Not the full task. Not the perfect version. The minimum action. Examples. Open the file. Write 1 sentence. Record 1 minute. Draft 1 thumbnail. Edit 30 seconds. Send 1 message. Your job is not victory. Your job is motion. Because motion breaks fear. Fear grows when you're still. Fear shrinks when you move. And the reason minimum action works is simple. Your brain hates starting. Starting is where the monster is biggest. Once you start, the nervous system calms down. That's why the minimum action must be tiny. So small you can do it even on your worst day. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 paragraph. Because consistency is built by frequency, not intensity. Step 3, 1 rule, the anchor. This is how you prevent your brain from running back to safety. Pick 1 rule. No new planning unless I execute it today. When I want to avoid, I do 5 minutes. I'm allowed to do it badly, but not allowed to skip. Publish before I improve. 1 rule. 1 anchor. Why only 1? Because too many rules become another form of planning. The rule is not to control your whole life. The rule is to catch you when you try to run. That's it. And if you want to feel how powerful this is, try this. The next time you catch yourself opening 1 more tutorial, stop and say, no new tutorial until I create 1 output. 1 paragraph, 1 minute recording, 1 thumbnail draft, action first. Then consume if you still need it. That single rule will save you years. Story 3, why action feels hard and why it gets easier. Here's what happens when you start using this system. At first, it feels uncomfortable. Your brain protests. It screams, this isn't ready. You don't know enough. Wait until Monday. You'll waste time. You'll look stupid. That's the old identity fighting for survival. Let it scream. Then do the 10 minutes anyway. After a few days, something changes. Your brain learns. Action doesn't kill us. So the fear volume goes down. Not because you became fearless, because you became practiced. Action is the cure for avoidance. Not once. Repeated. Part 5. The 3 mistakes that keep you stuck. Now, 3 mistakes that make people relapse into thinking addiction. Mistake has own. Waiting for motivation. Motivation is unreliable. If you wait to feel inspired, you'll wait forever. Systems work when you're tired. Mistake #2. Starting too big. People set heroic plans on their best day and try to live them on their worst day. Then they fail and do nothing. Minimum action beats heroic plans. Mistake #3. Rewarding planning instead of action. If you reward yourself for organizing, you'll keep organizing. Reward output, reward publishing, reward finishing the minimum action, because your brain repeats what gets rewarded. Part 6, 7-day action challenge. Here's your challenge. 7 days. Every day you do one thing. One minimum action. 10 minutes. That's it. Day 1. Choose one task. Do 10 minutes. Stop. Day 2. Same task, same 10 minutes, no upgrade. Day 3. Same. Day 4. Catch the avoidance moment. Write the trigger. Day 5. Remove one distraction. Day 6. Increase to 15 minutes. Day 7. Review and say out loud, I don't need perfect, I need consistent. Because after 7 days, you'll have evidence. Not motivation, evidence that you can move. And that evidence rebuilds self-trust. Once you trust yourself, you don't need to overthink as much because you know you'll act. You're not thinking, you're avoiding action. And avoidance feels safe, but it's stealing your life quietly. So don't fight your brain like it's an enemy. Guide it like it's a scared child. Name it. Do the minimum action. Follow one rule. That's the system. If you want the next video, how to stop procrastinating when anxiety hits, comment next. And if this hit you hard, share it with the one friend who plans their whole life and never starts.